where do they get these feelings from? So we can all understand that what motivates and drives people is the degree to which they feel respected, acknowledged, valued, understood, trusted, part of something. Where do they get those feelings from? You. The research is clear. The number one driver of employee engagement is their relationship with their direct supervisor and the degree to which they feel heard and understood and valued, listened to, included. Right? Now, when we are feeling emotionally triggered, when we are overwhelmed and we have a lot to do, are we in a good place to be making that connection for them? No, of course not. And what happens is we get really focused on our tasks. In any interaction, there's two things happening. There's the task and there's the relationship in any interaction. So often, because we're feeling overwhelmed by time, because we have all our emails and so much going on, and maybe we're emotionally triggered by something that happened that day, something our boss did, we get very focused on our tasks, and we lose sight of the relationship. And we don't spend enough time in the relationship. When I was first a manager, I used to really focus on the things that I had to get done. So I'd come in the morning, and I'd close my door and do my email and the stuff I need to get done. Later in the day, if my door was open, and somebody did, they do the drive-by where they're kind of wanting to see if you're available. Right? And I see that, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not available. I learned that I had to exactly flip that. So my real responsibility was the relationship, was connecting with them. So first thing in the morning, I'm calling, I'm checking in with people. Right? When they come by, I'm available for them. Because if I let that person walk by, and there's something going on for them emotionally, and they're not dealing with it, they're not going to be effective. My first and foremost priority is to deal with them, is to help them. And I know what it's like. You're in that meeting, and someone says something, and it's just like, oh, there's something going on with them, and I don't want to deal with it. Right? I know that, but I learned that's my job, that relationship piece. Because if they do that, if they don't deal with whatever it is that's bothering them, it will affect their performance. Here's the other thing. Who else's performance will it affect? Everyone around them. Emotions are infectious. Harvard did an interesting study. They took 3 people, had 2 of them in a room wired up for galvanic skin response so they could measure their emotional response time. They had a 3rd person walk in the room in a dominant emotional state. Before that person said anything, how long do you think it was before the other 2 people reacted emotionally? Almost immediate. And you've all had that experience. Someone walks up to your desk and there's something wrong. Your amygdala immediately senses it before they even say anything. And now you're triggered and you're not really thinking clear. The funny thing is they actually probably want your help. If they've actually put you in a position where you're not as able to help. As a leader, how are you interacting with people? When there's a problem, when there's a challenge, when there's an upset client, are you getting anxious and running around and impacting everyone else so that they're now anxious and not able to be as effective as they can be? That's what I was doing. I didn't realize it. And then they're going around and they're affecting everyone else. And so there's a negative atmosphere. It's not just your sales team. It's the operations group too. How everybody is responding emotionally. So in order to get, and by the way, if I then go and, sort of get anxious, upset with that person because a mistake was made, they need to call the client back, then they turn around and call the client. What state are they in to have a good interaction with the client? See the impact? So the EQ competencies in your role, in the direct supervisor of that individual, has a huge impact on their engagement and ultimately customer loyalty and sales performance. That's why we're here.